Hello newsletter peeps, thank you so much for being so patient with me waiting for a video from me. I know it's been a while since I did one of these unedited thingamajigs, and it's not because I don't enjoy it, it's not any of that. It's actually quite a weird one, to be honest with you. I had my bank card changed because I lost my bank card, and I forgot to update the payment information on MailChimp, which is what I use to send you these videos. Basically my monthly payments then stopped because MailChimp was like, can you give us your new card details? And it kept like slipping my mind. It's like, whenever MailChimp takes the money out of my account, it kind of reminds me, oh, I've got that lovely thing I pay for where I can email a couple of thousand people that want to hear from me, and then I think to get a video together and it's exciting. But because I wasn't paying for it and my account was on freeze, I never got those lovely emails from, or bank statements from MailChimp that were like, yeah, you've got this thing you pay for. So it didn't really jolt me to do it. And as I've said loads of times before, I'm not somebody to just put a newsletter out every week or once a month or every full moon or whatever. I really respect people that do that. I think it's great, but I'm not ever going to be one of those people. Oh, did I have just a weird tummy noise? the joy of the unedited newsletter videos, isn't it fabulous? Yeah, I'm a Virgo moon, but fuck's sake, I'm a Sagittarius sun, you know what I mean? I'm never going to be someone that's going to rigidly know when my newsletters are going to come out. So sorry it's been a while. There's lots of new people on the list now, which I'm very grateful for. Today I want to talk a little bit about the year going not as expected. I think that, everybody has a year once in a while or several years in a row where things just don't go like they looked in the brochure. So you might spend the last few months of the previous year thinking, oh my God, I'm really gonna do this next year or do that, or I'm gonna focus on these things, and then a bunch of shit just comes along and you realise that you just didn't have as much control over what was going to happen as you envisioned because you hadn't envisioned the challenges until they came along. And for me, 2019 has been one of those years. Now, I'm not a stranger to these kinds of years. I think a lot of people that engage with my videos about planning and stationery, because I did do a few of them at a certain point, I think people who have engaged with those videos see me as someone that wouldn't even allow themselves to have a year where everything gets a bit messed up. I think they see me actually in a bit of an inaccurate way. I do plan and I do time manage, and I am always looking for, new ways of making that as effectual as it can be. But at the same time, I'm also someone that can fall victim to just a ton of shit avalanching me at one time, obviously. And there's no amount of planning that's going to be able to somehow, save me from that. And when that happens, I definitely need to obviously prioritise my emotional well-being, my mental health, and I can't do a lot of the things that I was excited about doing and that I felt really good about. And 2019 was that for me. The last couple of months of 2018, I was getting really giddy about what I was going to be providing in 2019 in terms of launches for the store. And the main thing that I was really excited about late last year was the fact that I had finally bitten the bullet and put a community poll on YouTube, which is something that you can do. Once you've got a certain amount of subscribers, you've got a community tab where you can talk to people that watch your channel and ask questions and remind them of things, like if you've got a live coming up or whatever. And I went on there and I posted a community poll asking people what they wanted to see more of in the online store. And I'd been putting off asking that question for a really long time because I wanted, there's a few reasons why. First of all, just the age-old thing of the little paranoia that a business owner should always know where they're going, and a creative should always have a strong vision and shouldn't need to ask their audience or, their appreciators what to do next, which is just bollocks. If you create things for people and you want to help, you should have no problem asking people what they want you to help them with. That's ridiculous. And I knew it was ridiculous, and I knew I had to get over it, but it took me a while. So there was that part of it, but there was also just this feeling of like, I should know intuitively what's next for my business. I don't want to have to bring in outside input. I feel like it's got to come to me. It's got to come to me. I've got to know. And in the end, I was just like, do you know what? Why don't I just ask? Like, you know, these are the people that actually invest in my business. These are the people that watch my videos. These are the people that come back time after time to my YouTube channel. Why the hell am I not asking them what their thoughts are? So I posted this community poll, and I listed several different types of things that I make in my online store. It wasn't about YouTube. I'm happy with where YouTube is and what I put out on YouTube. But it was about specifically the things I make in my store. And I gave people some options of what they would like to see most of all and what they prefer least of all, basically. And so I had on there like audio workshops, e-zines and e-guides, like printables. I had courses that you enroll on, which is what I was, you know, heavily doing from 2015 through to 2017. I've released quite a few enrollment courses where you enroll and then the videos roll out over the course of a few weeks or whatever. And I also put on there the option for instant download video courses, which I don't currently do, and I didn't currently do them at the time. But I wondered if there might be something in that. I wondered if maybe more people might purchase my courses if they would get them instantly, rather than having to wait, rather than having to enroll and then wait and then the videos come out slowly. What I realised from doing this community poll was that an astounding number of my followers don't want to buy an enrolment course, which is what I was making. That was the least popular item by a long way. And the most popular one was actually instant download video courses. And in the comments underneath this poll, quite a few people had said things like, I really love your video courses, but I hate the fact that I pay for them and then I don't get the videos immediately. I have to wait and I have to wait again. And sometimes I've like been distracted by other things in the meantime and I'm not as focused on your lessons as I want to be. And there were other people saying, I don't feel motivated to buy when it's an enrolment only course because I know I've enrolled, I know I've got to wait, and then I know I've got to wait more, and you know, like when I see something that's instant download, it's juicy, it's exciting, I add to cart and we're done. This information was slightly disheartening because I realised I'd just been doing really the wrong thing or the wrong format of thing for a while, but it was also incredibly useful and made me feel very fizzy because I was like, okay, so people do want my video courses, which is amazing because I love making them, but they want them instantly. So I just need to find some time to write some courses that I really believe in and sit there and film them. And I was really excited about launching all kinds of things after the new year. I was really giddy about it. I was already making notes and stuff like that. But I'm a big sort of like new year, new energy kind of person. I know not everybody's like that, but I am. So yeah, I was giddy. I was excited. It was good. And then life happened. Life happened, guys. And yeah, it was fucking ridiculous, basically. So much changed for me from the 29th of December onwards that it's unreal. And right through until the end of March, things were very like, I don't want to go into the ins and outs of my whole personal life and everything and whatnot, but let's just say that there was heartbreak involved. There was also an amazing amount of love involved. There were incredible highs. There were very weird lows. There were severings and shatterings, but also intensely wonderful and awe-inspiring transpersonal experiences. And also a little bit of my back injury flaring up into the bargain, which was lovely, because when my back injury flares up, I can't do readings because I can't sit on my bum. So that was a pain in the arse, and I was fucking really struggling with my schedule and stuff. Basically, it was a lot. It was a lot. And my grand vision of launching all these things and stuff was just utterly scuppered. And it was weird for me because I had to just let go. Like, I just had to let go. I was like, you know what? This is such a powerful wave that there's no way I can swim against it. I need to just let go and let my body go limp and let the wave take me to shore. And however long that's going to take, I don't know. So it was very intense, and it's weird because with my YouTube channel, obviously I put things out regularly on my YouTube channel, and I think that sort of makes people think that, you know, I'm prolific, I put things out regularly, I'm doing my thing, and that's all good. But actually, I haven't launched anything on my store for ages, and that is one of the things that I've been consistently doing since I went full-time with my business, is launching courses, and getting people interested in them, doing the marketing for them, doing live calls about them, and getting people enrolled. And it's weird for me, it feels so weird for me that it's been so long since I launched. The last thing I launched was Bonds of Shadow, and off the top of my head I'm not going to be able to tell you guys when it came out, but let me have a look. So yeah, basically the last thing that I launched really that was, I mean, I've launched a couple of audio workshops, like little things, but the last, like, I don't know, sort of magnum opus type thing that I really like worked on that I launched was in May 2008. Yeah, so since then there's been this dry spell, so that's over a year now. And for me, like, obviously I know for a lot of people, they just watch my videos, they might never have bought a reading, they might not be interested in my courses, they might not even have looked at my online store at all. So to them, it's like nothing's really different and nothing's going on. But I think for people who regularly invest in my courses, and I know there's a few of you on this newsletter list, it's like, it's a bit tumbleweedy. It's like, well, she bought a course out for a while, what's going on there? Which is amazing, by the way. I fucking love you guys. Like, I have a special place in my heart for you guys that actually want to know what I'm bringing out next and excited about it, and, like, you know, want to drop coins on it if you have them. That's amazing. And yeah, I have been very quiet. It has been very, very slow. It has not been the launchy year that I wanted it to be. And I had to let go, and I had to ride that wave, because that wave was taking me whether I wanted it or not, and if I'd have kicked back and kicked out, it just wouldn't have been any good for me. So I suppose I say all of this to say that if you've also had 2019 so far that has not gone the way it looked in the brochure, and has not been like this incredible year of prolificacy or change that you wanted it to be, then I'm in the same boat. I had things I wanted to do, and I also had things in my personal life and my spiritual life that I thought I'd have a way tighter handle on by this point in the year, but because of things transpiring the way that they did, and me having to basically go into emotional survival mode, a lot of that stuff hasn't happened either. And I think that actually letting go, going limp, riding the wave was a really important thing for me, and I think I just needed to do that. And I felt sorrow about it because I had a vision, you know. But at the same time, it's so valuable to just feel that sorrow and know that you've got to do what you've got to do for your mental health, your emotional well-being, your physical being. And sometimes that doesn't include the grand plans you had before. And that's got to be all right, you know. So the other thing I wanted to mention was I am now making those downloadable courses that I was told many moons ago in the community poll were of importance to people, that they wanted to see that. That was the biggest thing that came up, that got the most votes, was like, make instant download video courses, Kellyanne. So I'm making them. And they are going to be hitting the online store over the next couple of months. I'm really excited about them. They are literally going to be instant download. So you buy them, you get an email with all the links, you start enjoying at your leisure, basically. So if that sounds good to you, please keep an eye on my social media and my online store, because I'll be letting you know all of the details. I've got a course about owning your spiritual gifts, you know, really like acknowledging that you've got spiritual abilities and that you want to use them. That's a really juicy course. I love that one. I've also got a course about spreading your personal message through your own experiences in your spiritual business. So figuring out how you use the things you've been through to tell an inspiring story and help others. That is also a really exciting course that I've made that's coming out. I've also made a course about how to enhance your communication with your partner, and specifically 5 different ways of doing that I think are really powerful. That's coming out. I've also made a course about working with deity, and I'm making another one about working with deity. So I've made one about when your deities sort of like go away, when they disappear, when you don't hear from them for a while, what do you do in that situation? I've made a course about that, and I'm going to be making a course about how to enhance your connection with deity, how to get more stuff going, how to get more signs, etc. So there's courses coming. I'm really giddy and excited about them, and I would love to know down below in the comments section what courses you would like to see from me, video courses for instant download. Let me know if there's anything that you can envision yourself going onto my online store and seeing and being like, oh my god, she made that, I want that. What would it be? Tell me. I'm intrigued, because there's no shame in asking the people that support you and that are inspired by you what would inspire them the most, you know? And that's something I've really learned from doing this community poll, is that I think it's good to, you know, just not even humble yourself as a creator, but just acknowledge what people think would be great for you to do and do it, you know? So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that if you are finding that 2019 is a bit wayward, that you enable yourself to go limp and let the wave take you, and then when you get to shore, you will feel much more in a position to start building, because you will have relaxed into that wave instead of trying to fight it the whole fucking way. You know, I think that's an important thing, an important message. So yeah, let's draw a card to finish things off. I think I've got my Morgan Greer right here, and I'll have another sip of my buttermint tea as well. That buttermint tea is heavenly. Okay, so I'm going to draw a card to round off this random rambly video about how everything went a bit pear-shaped and sideways for me, and how I'm now dealing with it. Okay, so I'm just going to do one more shuffle. So the card that's come through is Queen of Cups, and she's one of my favourite depictions of Queen of Cups. Look at that outfit. I love this, because this is like, I was talking about water, I was talking about letting the wave take you, and she's the Queen of Water, guys. So I like that Queen of Cups has come through. I feel like I connected with the Queen of Cups really strongly a few years ago during another very tumultuous time for me in my personal life and my business. And I actually made a video about it that was called something like Opening Up, Connecting with the Queen of Cups, or something like that. And it was my return to YouTube after a little bit of shit had gone down, where some malicious person in the community had decided that they were going to try and paint me in a very strange light that had nothing to do with reality, and try and take me down and try and fuck with me. And it really had hurt my feelings, and it made me drop into my heart, and it made me want to use the experience as a form of cleansing and renewal, and I did exactly that. And it really helped me bond with Queen of Cups, who was a queen that I always did have some measure of issues with through the years, you know. I did struggle to connect with her a lot. So Queen of Cups coming up now is interesting, because this is a situation that's kind of similar. I mean, there's no one trying to take me down, touch wood. But it's a similar situation in that my business suffered because of things going on in my personal life. My plans for my creative endeavours suffered, and I got off track. But you know what? It's okay to recognise that I can use this experience. I can learn things from it. I can really allow myself to integrate it and let it make me stronger. And the feeling of going limp and just letting the wave take me, I think, was a feeling that can be described as very Queen of Cupsy in a way. Just knowing that you have to have faith in what's happening, and the deep currents, and the way that the sea is choppy and things are changing and you can't quite navigate properly. Sometimes you just have to let that be what it is, and have the deep wisdom, the Queen of Cups intuition style, spiritual, full-on emotional intelligence wisdom, to know that that's exactly where you need to be, and that's okay. Much love, newsletter peeps. I'll be back soon. Blessed be.